sure they're using their teamwork and allowing their SNG players to really step up, because FaZe and Simp really didn't have a good performance at kickoff. This should be an easy win for FaZe.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. Again, though, on the side of Paris Legion, there are some positives that you can look out for. As you said, my friend, the way that they looked versus the LA Thieves on this opening map, outslaying a team that many would kind of put in high regards in regards to specifically those power rankings. So all things considered, we'll see what the Legion can do. Off to a pretty good start, 20-0.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to play his life back here, because the spawns are not going to be in for his team. He's eventually going to get taken down. But eventually the trades comes in. So now spawns are starting to come in for Atlanta towards that top lane. They have basically everything cut off for that player, which is going to be a BZ on point. You see Paris is trying to take their time, trying to set up this pinch, but just great teamwork, great crossfires coming in from Atlanta to hold it for the first 20.
Great slang performance so far for the Legion. Now it's going to be a headbutt inside of the beach, but it's John who takes down both, one at close range and one from long range. Nice shots coming in from good old Jonathan Perez, as he'll eventually have to get taken down, and it will be Atlanta off the rotation, now prepared for next. But again, Jay, we're talking about this Paris Legion squad. Many thought that this was going to be a stomping off the rip, and through our very first 3 hills, it's with Legion. It's going to be Legion with a sizable advantage.
But that's going to be Atlanta FaZe starting now to spawn behind Red Tower. These players are starting from the Paris Legion, are starting to spawn out towards P3. And now Atlanta FaZe with 25 seconds left. John going to be on the 5 streak, potentially able to pick up some streaks here if he can find another 2.
Yeah, can we talk about John, by the way? 17
He's going crazy right now.
And there's going to be the strafe, one more for the glide bomb. 6 in a row for John, about to be potentially his 19th kill, finally dropped. But as we take a look at that scorecard, after the first set of rotations, it's going to be Legion with around a 35-point advantage.
But Atlanta FaZe, with 10 seconds left, are going to be able to finally take the lead in this game 1.
Shout out to the Hot Hands Lounge. They're aware of it. BZ decides to push out of the setup. Already a big 1v1, but Tempest able to take it. We talk about the rotation now toward Docks. Legion are prepared. We talk about this map in particular for Gavutu, P4, P5, the specific hills to look out for. And Legion, they absolutely can win it here. Atlanta are going to have to contest for at least 25 seconds, or they could be saying goodbye to their hopeful map 1 victory. Decimate decides to join alongside the crew as Atlanta starting to run out of time. They're beginning to get picked apart, but it's Simp toward the bottom side of the cages. He begins to break on through, but it's Paris who get a full wipe. Player number 5 and Celium, they're actually spawning behind them, but are they even going to be able to get to the hill in time? And they will not. Paris Legion out of the gates will take down Atlanta FaZe here on Gavutu.
Well, the first hardpoint, I was honestly expecting Paris Legion to walk away with that. That's why I chose FaZe to be able to win it in at least 3-1. But Search and Destroy, this has been their bread and butter. Regardless of whatever the hell is going on with Atlanta FaZe, they will always know how to play Search and Destroy. So I'm expecting this to be a good one between both of these teams. So he should have the potential to at least spot one player in Celium, takes him down, forces it to a 2v2, and at the same time, John takes down the BZ, now in a 1v1.
Simp fires in some shots. He versus John. John toward the side of the trains, but Simp is able to take him down. A big 1v2 clutch. Got a great shot. Great head of hair as well. Not an easy player to take down in any stage, specifically on a map like Desert Siege. We are already into the mix. How about this challenge from Legion off the rip? Fellow and Decimate getting all up in FaZe's face. As now Celium, the man who dominated in the last round, is now wondering, what just happened to the teammates? Am I going to have to do this again? Yes, you will. You're going to have to do this again, Celium. But now a 1v4.
And that round all came down to just the aggression from Paris Legion. They had Felony go on top of that B-bomb. Decimate worked the way towards low. And then once they find 3 kills, 1v4 left up to Celium, and it's pretty much impossible to try to get that done.
Speaking of calls, this could be a great opportunity right now for Abizi. Find himself on the flank. Nobody has any idea that he happens to be here, and he has at least not just 1, but 2 players in his sights. Thank you for the first blood. Thank you for the second and the third as well.
They know exactly where he is. The bomb is going to be down towards trains, but it's only a matter of time. Tempest able to at least take down 1, but he sets up his duo into Abizi as he does find the ace on the round. I'm pretty sure Abizi was just able to walk right through bottom middle.
To flip Celium. Does he spot Decimate going for the flank? He does.
As well.
Gets dropped, and there we have it. John with the snipe watching over his squad mates.
Between both of these teams, as now you're going to see Paris Legion starting to commit towards B. Temp opens up with that first flush, and Celium answers with one of his own.
Oh, he takes that too as well. I could have swore when John challenged him that Celium also had the car out, but not at all the case, as they may have to huddle in quite quickly. Here comes the glide bomb. It has Felony's name written all over it, as it will be the early numbers at the hands of FaZe, and quickly it is John left up all by himself. A 1 versus 3. Could get some nice timing, takes out Arcades, but it will be a round for FaZe and a game for Atlanta as well, as they rebound here on the Desert Siege.
You're Atlanta FaZe, at least it has to start with the consistency from your AR players. Like with Sip running your third AR, you have to make sure that you're picking up these kills because they're so dependent on a map like Gavutu.
Yeah, and we'll see what Legion can try and provide us with. Again, they showed some grit in the opening Gavutu respawn. They'll have to now do it here on some Control. And the problem is for Paris Legion, you can quickly get put in a spawn trap if you're not careful. The only player who still happens to be past the 50-yard line is going to be Tyler Fellow, alone, waiting, hoping that his teammates can come off of spawn. Thankfully, they will. Given the fact of Arcety's position, they are going to grant them that closer spawn now toward that front ship. 2, he cannot afford to get off of this objective because that will allow for the clock to continue to run, and it appears that his run will falter as well. Atlanta able to rebound, finally take down John.
Now starting to commit towards this 8-point. Decimate able to find one, Temp finds a second. That's going to be another 3 dead. Now all left up to one player, which is going to be Celium. He gets one, but it's still only 30 seconds left. Atlanta FaZe need to get on one of these points.
Forgot to do something. Decimate gets great timing as Celium was in the middle of climbing up the ladder. Granted, that pistol can be excellent in certain spots, but Decimate gets the good timing, later traded on out. 2 FaZe players now sit inside the bottom part of the ship. In Paris, they've got a few players displayed toward that P1 position as well. They're going to look for some sort of a pinch. As Fellow takes down 2 off the rip. Temp also shuts down a BZ, but being aware of that time, Celium makes the sacrifice and decides to go ahead and stop the clock now over at that B position.
He's eventually going to get flanked, which is going to be Simp. And he's going to get taken down. So now with 35 seconds left, you have 2 players who are approaching ring as Temp is hitting shots like that. But this is going to be difficult for Atlanta FaZe. They have like 1 or 2 more good pushes at this. Well, basically 1, as Paris Legion are pushing all the way in their spawn, not allowing any breaths from Atlanta FaZe.
Yeah, Paris essentially make the decision for Atlanta. You want to? No, you've only got 1 opportunity, and Temp maybe even denying that as well. Atlanta turtling up in their base, maybe just aware of the fact that, hey, we're not going to be able to get to B anyway. Let's just try to play the lives and just be focused on that side of things. A nice kill for a BZ, but in the end, it will be the Legion equaling out Atlanta in terms of the defenses and securing a solid round of their own. They're from Fellow. Atlanta, 30 seconds left, and as we said, nothing to show for it yet in regards to the objective. It's time to pile in over at A, but Temp sits in a power spot. He gets dropped.
And now Paris Legion, they have them in the trap. If they can win at least this rotation of gunfights right here, if they can get a clean 4 dead, this map will be theirs. With only 15 seconds left, Atlanta FaZe need to put some pep in their step. They need to try to get on this 8-point.
We'll see if they can do that. 8 seconds, the time continues to go away, but Decimate, he jumps in from the top. He jumps in from the top. He's also got another player in his sights, and he takes him down as well. Final few seconds. Nobody from FaZe is going to be able to get to the point in time. And how about Paris Legion?
Now we're going into this map number 4. Paris Legion are currently up 2-1 into the series. Atlanta FaZe need to fight back, and this is where you can allow the tiny terrorists to really come about with the BZ and Sip if they can start turning up early.
And we'll see if the vets, we'll see if somebody like John can handle what is going to be an onslaught without a doubt. Legion with the preferred side, as they'll be able to get toward P1 first. The majority of the time you will see, okay, hold on. Legion get 3, make it 4 down there for a moment. I was going to say Paris, given the way that P1 works, they've got some early time, and you can usually take advantage of the opponent's positioning, and they are doing exactly that and more. Great hardpoint here on Tuscan, where you can really stack up the time. It's going to have to be a push and a break here for Legion if they want to try and keep this one close. We've got somebody coming in from the ramp as BC does get traded out. Some nice long-range shots for Sense, but it's Temp who keeps on his spree only for a moment as Arceties looks to extend his own. FaZe starting to walk away with this. The final 30 seconds very well could be a dagger. Legion have got to do something. Yeah, he absolutely is. We'll continue to Take a look up for his perspective, by the way. Take a look at number 8. The great awareness there for Temp. Spawns right next to him. And he's able to take that one down as well. So good stuff here for Legion, just trying to clear the way and prepare for this rotation. The right call for FaZe to push in here from roofs, but Arseny's continuing to be a problem, still alive. Shuts down John. It's as well Simp coming in from the front. FaZe now looks good for the break. Simp having a few words, but at the very least it is FaZe who claims this hard point and makes it theirs.
See a couple players from Atlanta FaZe trying to work their way towards the back of Beezy. And Simp, the Tiny Terrors, are going to get flanked by John. He's able to spot one, but Abeezy still makes his way through. You have to keep in mind of where Abeezy is as John is hitting shots like that. But once Abeezy picks up that kill, his positioning is going to give it up. You see the Paris Legion players still having that back control. So now it's all about slowing down, allowing Simp to set up this pinch, and Atlanta FaZe should be able to break on in.
They look likely to do it. Simp, another player entering in toward his perspective as he gets taken down. Now it's Decimate instantly on the return of fire. Arseny's drops, and John at least keeps this game afloat for a moment. But Abeezy, he just got 1 foot still inside of the hill. Legion not expecting it, but overall it is FaZe. A phenomenal way to close out what has been an unexpected but yet amazing series thus far. Who is starting off their season at a 1-0, and who's going to be headed home focusing on what to learn from after what was a grueling match indeed. Here we are into the round number 1, and Abeezy finding himself on a lovely little flank. How about 1? How about 2? An excellent spot as Arseny's as well has got his teammates back. Fellas, at least able to write home about 1.
So from Felony, just want to try to play for a pick here. But he has to eventually working towards this A-bomb, and the crossfire is going to be set up from all the Atlanta players.
Oh, and Bello, I think he went to open the door, does not get the chance, and Abeezy, he'll take the hat trick to start off this round. Simp, thought for a moment about the flank. He's still got someone to deal with inside the library. Meanwhile, it is Abeezy feeling all sorts of pressure here inside of gold. Gets some fire established there on his Decimate, but ultimately gets taken down. How about the shots coming through from Arseny's? Give him 3, and it's going to have to be a 1v3 now for Temp.
Now the bomb's going to be down, 45 seconds left. Temp's going to work his way right through the middle of the map. And Atlanta FaZe, they have read this beautifully. They're actually going to jump across. No one spots the middle steps, though. So Temp, he's not going to win the gunfight.
And that 4-0 position, and I think it's fair to say, a must-win round already for Paris. They've got a donut so far. And MC again, Jay, with the first blood.
He's got to be the hardest kill. He's got to be the hardest kill in Call of Duty. He just made that look so easy. So now Paris Legion in the man disadvantage on their offensive attack. It's look like they're going to lead John towards this B-bomb, and they're going to commit this towards A.
See if we get the opportunity for it. Decimate just looking to clear out gold. Just double check that nobody's going to be in this office. We see a number of different players for FaZe already cause some issues. Right on in there. Simp heads toward the back alley as Arseny's drops from the front, but that's exactly where Simp can begin to strike, as that'll be 2 for him, and now it's all going to be on to John. The point was not successful, and he's got a sniper to work with. Close range shots. Hits the first one with the pistol, and Simp, not conservative at all. He decides to go and throw out a few shots, make John feel somewhat uncomfortable, but John's able to read him, and he goes for the 1v2. Legion looking for some life.
So Felony's going to be able to stay alive, but Abeezy, he's just putting on the pressure. He's trying to at least get this kill. Makes it a 3v3 now.
John continues to be a problem with the pistol in the meantime, so it is a 1-for-1 trade, but only 14 seconds left in Atlanta. They know exactly what the call is going to be. It's going to have to be a plant, but Temp is at least able to shut down another. Abeezy is still on the flank, but it's going to be an all-out collapse inside of the office. It's all on to John and FaZe. At the snap of a finger, they disappear, and John will have to watch this series go the opposite direction. Atlanta FaZe narrowly escaped the grips of Paris Legion.